Inquiring minds want to know, since there seems to be a little bit of a crunch goalie gap next season potentially, whether as an unrestricted free agent you are interested in coming back, think you might be back, your thoughts in general.
Yeah, we'll see. Obviously, I mean, everything's pretty raw right now. We were just eliminated a couple days ago, so I like playing here, and obviously management, and they're going to do what they need to do and talk what they want to do in the future, and I'll sit down with my family and see what we want to do.
You've spoken many times about how just a little over a year ago things weren't looking terrific in your career, and you're in a last place team, and all of a sudden you get traded and you're having fun. Now that you've had the end of one season and then a second full season, just your thoughts about what's turned around most for you and how much this has benefited you kind of coming here.
Yeah, it was great. I mean, in Bakersfield, I was having a tough time there, and we had 3 goalies, and we weren't really playing, me and the other guys. So coming here, I got a lot of opportunity, and I've worked for everything I've got here and been rewarded a bit, so it's been really good.
You mentioned working for everything you got. Ben, Julian, your teammates just rave about you're working the weight room, the example you set. Sometimes as a goalie, you're off a little bit doing your own thing, but do you feel like as a veteran, no matter what the position, you've kind of had to sort of set that tone?
Well, I don't do it to set a tone or anything like that. I do it because I know what I need to do to be out there and perform the way I need to perform, and all that little stuff helps. And if the young guys are seeing that, then if it gets them into a routine and something they need to do, then that's great. But I don't do it to be a leader or anything like that. I do because it's my job and I need to perform out there.
I know the season has obviously just ended. It's kind of still raw, but when you look back at this year, obviously for you, I mean, it's a big year. You made your NHL debut, a couple wins there in the NHL. When you look back, what are you going to think of most of this year?
Yeah, it was a great regular season, and I mean, playoffs are playoffs. Anything can happen. You can see what's going on in the NHL right now, and I think personally, and a lot of guys had good personal records this year, whether Verhaeghe, BB, guys like that, and obviously I got my first NHL game, so it was a good year when you look back at it, but obviously it still stings a little bit, what we just went through.
And we know this group was so talented this year and put up a great regular season. What are you most proud of what this group was able to accomplish?
Well, I just think, if you look back and in training camp, we were a lot younger team this year, a lot of new faces, and we gelled pretty good, and we had a great regular season. We put up a lot of points and won a lot of home games especially, and when one of those years you look back at it, it's a missed opportunity because you don't get too many opportunities to go for a deep run and playoff run, but we met a lot of good guys here, and it was a good team and a good team experience, and it was a lot of fun this year.
We've heard so much about how tight this group was off the ice and on the ice too, so how tight was this team, and how does that help a team as it gels?
Yeah, I mean, that's huge. I mean, you're with these guys every day, your brothers, and I'm at the rink almost every day with these guys, so it's tough. It helps on the ice when you're brothers like that, but this is a tough point now, everyone going their own way, you don't know who's coming back or who's going where, and then you wake up today and what do you got to do? You got nothing to do. So it's tough to see all these guys go, and it is what it is. It's the part that stings every year.
And you've been here now for one full season plus the end of last year as well. And what's it been like to play in this city in front of these fans? I mean, you've got the Eddie chants day in and day out. What's it been like for you?
Yeah, it's been great. I really enjoy playing here. It's a hockey city. I mean, you're not playing well, you're going to get booed, and if you're playing well, they're going to cheer even harder. So it's the way it should be here. It's a nice hockey city. It's a great rink to play in, and I've really enjoyed my time here in Syracuse.
I would imagine this, going to the off season, this must be the most motivation you maybe had in your career, getting a couple of NHL games, knowing that you're playing well in the AHL. You've had, again, 8 or 9 pro off seasons. Is this the most, motivated you've been or eager you've been to kind of step it up a little bit?
I don't know if I'd say I'm not a guy who really struggles with motivation or anything like that, but I guess you could say this is an important summer because, I got my chance this year and I'm kicking at the doorstep, I guess, as a 28, 29-year-old, if that's even still a thing. But, every off season, there's stuff that you want to work on from the previous season that you want to sharpen up. So there's, we'll take the next week or two to kind of regroup and come up with a plan for what I want to do this off season, and then we'll get to it.